Hearing from some Aussie weirdos sure would help a lot. Shouldn't you really go touch some grass? Sometimes you wanna watch a show where artists read the news, and they sometimes get confused. You wanna be where you can see nobody's hiding their views. You wanna watch a show where artists read the news. You want a show where people go to hear some honest views. You want a show where artists read the news.
Hi everybody. Sorry, I was reading my my YouTube partner program fucking monetization bullshit that I have to agree to. Anyway, thank you everyone for joining. RC's not here, but that's fine. I'm here, so that's all you need. Thermos all you need. I was going to do something different tonight. I thought I'd just riff. But there's no one to riff with. So I'll just have to do what I always do. Let's start with Aussie News. Oh, wait, I don't have the Aussie News intro for the show. Anyway, let's talk about some Aussie News. God damn it. I really fucked this up already. Jesus. It's because I was doing work. That's why. Firebombing a business, $4.5 million damage, bail. Then bashes a police officer, more bail. Booing it a welcome to country, no bail. We are not a serious country.
The 16-year-old boy was serving a 12-month youth supervision order when he attacked the officer in South Bank. It was just after 11 p.m. on May 29. The off-duty officer had just finished his shift and was walking along Clarendon Street when it's understood he engaged in a minor verbal exchange with three youths as he walked past. That's when
I have to say, if Victoria and Melbourne in general are as bad as the media make it seem, like if it is that crime riddled as everybody seems to make it appear, I don't know how anybody puts up with it. Like, I really don't. The governments can fall, like governments can be taken down, like you can force an early election. Like, I just don't understand why people put up with it for so fucking long.
They launched into a vicious attack.
Either that or it's all bullshit.
Against him, punching and kicking the man at least 10 times.
So this victim's a member of the police force, but that doesn't matter. I mean, it could have been you. It could have been somebody you love.
I like that he says it could have been you. Could have been someone you love. Couldn't have been him though.
Your brother, your sister, your mum, your dad.
The assault occurred just days after the teen was released from custody after pleading guilty to firebombing the 80-proof alcohol storage facility in April.
People in the community have an expectation that when people do bad things, that consequences follow.
This kid's ended up with the same sentence as burning down a $4.6 million factory, and still it's only a 12-month good behaviour bond. How is that okay in this state?
The state government says it has seen an increase in the number of people on remand.
There is a clear correlation between those changes and the laws that we have brought into effect.
Critics say the revolving door of offending has to stop.
Of course it does. If you don't, I don't know why anybody needs to fucking point this out, but if you don't punish crime, there is no negative impact. Like, you've literally created an incentive. And when you, like, the purpose of a system is what it does. So if the justice system is not meting out justice, to anybody, then that's not the purpose of the system. The purpose of the system is just, I guess, to waste people's time. Like, why don't we just skip the whole fucking thing? Why even bother arresting people? That's what I don't understand. How have Vic Pol not absolutely just fucking given up the ghost? Like, why do they even bother arresting anybody? Like, they can go on strike. They can just say we're not arresting anybody, because every time we arrest them, you just kick them loose. So they have it in their discretion to basically not do anything. So, and if they didn't, well, this would be over in an afternoon. But they don't. They won't, because they must be fine with it. NDIS package used as a reason to release multiple dangerous sex offenders and pedos early. As a country, we have increasingly lost our mind. I tend to agree. Releasing dangerous sex offenders early because they have NDIS packages to, quote, assist their transition back to the community is nuts. Releasing them, then breaching conditions, going back to jail, getting a new NDIS package with an annual cost approaching $1 million, and being re-released early is beyond nuts. Notorious sex offender Stephen Neil White is the most extreme case. He was granted 2 separate NDIS packages worth more than $1.6 million total over 2 years to assist with his transition into the community. The 60-year-old has a sickening criminal history spanning decades, including multiple rapes and the attempted murder of a 5-year-old girl who he had sexually assaulted. Why hasn't this person had an unfortunate accident? What kind of society are we? Have we lost? No, it's not. This is a fucking retarded question. Have we lost all sense of decency? Like, I just can't. Fucking Christ. He was sentenced to 17 years for that crime alone. As a declared high-risk serious offender, White was first released back into the community in late 2023 on a post-sentence supervision order because a court determined that his $807,189 NDIS package would safely manage his risk. I think the let's see. I think his NDIS package should be $2 to $5. Yeah, that'll do. You know what? $100. Spring for the box. 5 previous reviews of his continuing detention order dating back to 2013 found he was too serious of a danger to the community to be released. Given the level of supervision and support the respondent would require, the NDIS is the only source of funding which is reasonably available to the respondent and for which he is eligible given his significant level of disability. The only level of disability he should have is, well, buried underground. Justice Minister Michael Lundberg said in granting the release. White lasted just over 6 months, breaching his 7 p.m. curfew on February 2024, before arming himself with a knife in June of that year and threatening his support worker before smashing up his house. He was taken back into custody and placed on a continued detention order. But in May 2025, he was released again on a new supervision order with an increased NDIS package worth more than $860,000 over 12 months for his diagnosed intellectual disability, schizophrenia, and an acquired brain injury. Again, his NDIS package should be $42 to $100. Spring for a box of 308 cartridges. Just fucking get rid of it. If this is the result, then I don't want to be paying for any of it. The only support this guy should get is a bullet and buried in the Belangolo State Forest. Like, how has this guy not been murdered in prison? In the case of Screenshot, isn't about releasing dangerous sex offenders early. His prison sentence expired in 2013, and then he spent the next decade in post-sentence detention. The government supported his release. I don't give a shit. The respondent is a 58-year-old man with significant cognitive impairment who spent the majority of his adult life in custody, including the last 22 years. The respondent is a highly institutionalized individual. His most recent offenses were committed over 20 years ago, involving serious violence towards a woman and a young girl. In her custody, the girl was 5 years old. The offense included attempted murder and sexual penetration of the girl. Put him under the fucking jail. This man should never be released. What are we doing? We're paying it more. We're paying fucking money for this guy to live in the community. No. These type of people are too fucking dangerous. They cannot be rehabilitated. Even if he could be rehabilitated, he is intellectually disabled, schizophrenic, and has acquired a brain injury somehow. So there is no fucking hope for recovery and rehabilitation. Like, rehabilitation to what? Fucking Christ. The states don't want to pay for prisons anymore, so they push the cost of criminals onto the feds and the private citizens. Yeah, that's the only, like, that's a rational fucking thought. The states are just fucking replacing the mental asylums that they have to pay for with NDIS packages they don't. Like, get rid of it. NDIS has to go. Like, as the days move on, I am more and more and more coming around to the Pauline Hanson view that, nah, fuck it, all this shit just goes. Like, I thought it was a good idea. I thought it was a good idea initially, single funder for disabilities, but between the rorts and this insane shit. Now, I know this is a fraction of the actual program, but these edge cases are so fucking outrageous as to damn the entire fucking system. Like, just fucking. And nobody's doing anything. Nobody's fucking. Oh, we have a strike force. We have a strike force looking into rorts of the NDIS. Oh, well, that's nice. Unfortunately, we know how it'll go. Yeah, sure, you'll trot these people out. You'll arrest them. They've stolen tens of millions of dollars from the taxpayer. Yada yada. Oh, we'll give them a perp walk. We'll make sure we blur them so you can't see their face. And then they'll go in front of a judge, and the judge will smack them on the wrist, and then sentencing will come around, and it'll be, oh, well, actually, see, I would sentence you to jail. I would sentence you to prison, like a custodial sentence, but I've just seen here that you're actually in Australia on a temporary visa. So if we were to give you a custodial sentence, you'd be subject to being deported, and that would just be, we couldn't possibly have that. We absolutely, positively, 100% need you in this country to steal, to exploit, just to drag the entire fucking down like crabs in a bucket. So none of us can fucking escape. Just outrageous. Meanwhile, I can't stand David Shoebridge. But like a broken clock, ASIO number 2 is being rushed through Parliament this week. This is the bill that allows warrantless questioning by the ASIO without a lawyer, and you can't tell a soul without being sent to prison. Share this widely and make some noise. We're all going to end up having to have fucking warrant canaries. little things on our Facebook page or a social media that say it has been. I have not been questioned by ASIO this week.
You can probably hear the bells ringing right now. And the bells are ringing because Labor and the Coalition, no doubt with help from their mates in One Nation, are about to do a job on you, do a job on democracy. They are going to ram through legislation to substantially increase ASIO's powers to secretly question you, pull you off the streets, question you in secret, kick out your lawyer, and prevent you even telling your mum, your dad, your partner about it. And do you know what's worse? They're doing this thing called a guillotine, which is a motion which will give a maximum of 1 hour debate, to this attack on our civil liberties. Our democracy is broken. These parties, they are making a charade of this whole parliament thing. We need to take back our democracy. We need to take back our civil liberties. Join us in this fight.
Authorised by Jay McCall, Australian...
Yes, give to the Greens who want to take away your democracy anyway. Stevie says that's what happens when you live on a prison colony, Thermo. Yes, well... Though Pauline Hanson did say she was going to reduce the price of cigarettes. That was one of those things that I was this week. Plain cigarettes. Seriously? Cigarettes. I forgot to post it. I sent it to my wife instead of posting it on the Discord. Hanson vows to slash cigarette prices by nearly $30 a packet. Now, I'm not a smoker. My wife's not a smoker anymore either. Fucking big applause to Mrs. Thermo for quitting. I think she did cold turkey too. Fucking legend. So, she did a fucking great job. But yes, there are no smokers in this house. My son's a smoker, unfortunately. What are smokes in the AU now? Basically, $100 a pack. Yeah, basically. Pack of 40s. Let's see, back $80, $90. Goes up every 6 months because it's indexed by inflation. But yes, Pauline Hanson wants to slash the tobacco excise by 75% and then freeze the indexation for 3 years. Now, like I said, I'm not a smoker. There are no smokers in this house anymore. I 100% agree with this. This is like if any of you are familiar with the concept of the Laffer curve, so I can't remember his first name. Laffer is an economist, and he came up with the concept of it's economic idea, and it shows the relationship between rates of taxation and government revenue. Basically, so this is the Laffer curve. Basically, T star is the tax rate where beyond that point, the amount of revenue you make from the tax declines rapidly. So it declines in basically the same rate as it grows. So you find out where the T in the Laffer curve is, and you don't go past that. So our government went past it and then kept going. So they ran past the Laffer curve. Oh, sorry, I didn't share the screen. So this is the Laffer curve. So T is the tax rate. So government revenue starts at zero at a zero tax rate, and at 100% tax rate, government revenue drops to zero. So you have to the T is where on this curve that you find it, and we are way past that. So, but the thing that made me go thank fuck, like this is one of those things that would make me vote One Nation, because I mean I'm not a fan. I think One Nation is a bunch of clowns. I don't think they're serious. But this would make me vote for them purely because they're the only fucking party saying it. Like, we're losing tons of tax revenue, which is a secondary thing, but more than the tax revenue, the black market has fucking exploded on tobacco. Black market tobacco is everywhere. It is basically an open secret. Like, you could always get Chop Chop. Like you could always get Chop Shop, but tobacconists didn't sell it because normal people could just afford a pack of smokes. But now that a pack of smokes is, $80, $90, plus GST, of course, you are getting people going out of their way. Like my missus would drive across fucking town. My missus would drive to Woy Woy to find a tobacconist that would sell. Hell, we've had our son who lives in Sydney, bring cigarettes up, and that wasn't even cigarettes. That was fucking that was when the government decided that what's it called? Vapes had to be banned. So you couldn't even buy those. Those had to be every shop just got knocked over, shut down. Oh, you sell vapes? No one sold vapes. So yes, they're and I mean, look, if you live in Victoria, you live in New South Wales, you've heard the stories about fucking shops being firebombed. Tobacconists, there's a tobacconist every week that gets fucking firebombed, and it's because you're selling someone else's tobacco. It's just fucking criminal enterprise, and they're making millions, billions of dollars, hand over fucking fist, selling illegal tobacco, be it Chop Chop or be it fucking Parliaments or fucking Manchester's brought in through Indonesia or Singapore, and the idea that border force can stop it. No, Australia is enormous. If I want to bring something into Australia, it's fine. It's simple. If you had something high value that you wanted to bring into the country, you would just fly and push it out of a fucking plane and have someone pick it up in the middle of the desert. So you can achieve this. So alternatively, it's much easier to just bring it fucking in on a boat. So there's everything that we have that comes from overseas must almost exclusively come by boat, which means it comes in a container and we can't scan them all. So, but yes, this to me is one of those things that every fucking sane party should be out there saying, yeah, absolutely, we're going to do this. And not because we think you should be smoking or we think smoking should be cheaper, but we've realized that the government made a mistake. And when governments make mistakes, it is up to the opposition parties or the parties that want to be in government to admit that to say, hey, that government fucked up. We're going to fix it. Liberal Party's not doing that. Labor Party's made absolutely no move. They're perfectly fine with the illegal tobacco. So they're perfectly fine with it. And there's a cost. There's a cost to policing. There's a cost to the community. There's a cost to insurance. There is all these costs that add up and add up and add up, in addition to lost tax revenue, which honestly I don't give a shit about. But it needs to stop. We need to fucking change direction. I think all the libertarians listening won't like me for quoting John Maynard Keynes, but I believe he's the one who said, when the facts change, I change my mind. What do you do, sir? So and people don't do it. People just fucking stick their fingers in their ears and just continue on. Even economists who should be ignored almost daily, back Pauline's plan to slash tobacco tax. There has to be people inside the fucking public service who are saying, Mr. Treasurer, this is insane. They know what the Laffer curve is. They know we've run past it. Surely they know, but they're not doing anything. So, what's the conversation I have to say? But would that curb the illicit tobacco market? Yes. I guess this would bring a packet of cigarettes currently selling for $46.50 down to roughly $21 or $22. That's if the tax cut is passed on in full to consumers. That if matters. Tobacco companies, not governments, set the retail price of cigarettes. There's no legal mechanism to force tobacco companies to pass a tax cut on the people who smoke. The tobacco companies would prefer you buy their shit directly. So I'm sure, like, who makes fucking Parliament? Like, what is it? Manchester. Like, the tobacco companies will make more money if there's less illicit tobacco, because that illicit tobacco comes from like places like Indonesia, where they sell cigarettes for a very small amount of money because that's what the economy can bear. They're not shipping we're not getting fucking Marlboros and Camels. We're getting fucking parliaments parliaments and Manchesters from fucking Indonesia in the Middle East. So they're not making huge margins on that. These guys would love to book. These guys would absolutely love to go back to a point where people are buying cigarettes in Australia, from stores from Australian stock. Because yes, there's still a fucking market. Oh, it's probably Turkey too. Yeah. I don't know if did you see the video of the guy who did his shopping at Lidl in Turkey, and it cost him like pennies on the pound. So exactly the same product from exactly the same manufacturer from exactly the same factory, but the only difference is, well, the people in this country can afford to pay more, so we'll charge them more because it's about economies of scale. So I can afford to sell it for less in Turkey because there's more people there. The employment costs are lower, so I make some margin on the other end. So, of course they're going to fucking pass. Like, this is retarded. Oh, they're not going to. Governments aren't in the habit of engaging in price competition with organized crime. What an absolutely retarded response. No, you're in the business of fucking providing a stimulus package to organized fucking crime. Because these fucking criminal organizations, they take the money from tobacco sales and they use it to buy guns. They use it to hire more people. Like it's the same as any other business. The ingredients are dried leaves. Yeah. I just fucking anyway. It was the Logies the other night. The Logies, for those Americans watching, are they're our Emmys. I don't actually know who won, because I haven't watched the Logies in a really long time. It was hosted by Robert Irwin. Oh, there you go. Sam Pang won the Gold Logie. That's the top award for most popular television personality. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's an excuse for people to get dressed up and jerk each other off. They still broadcast it on television because it's about television. But yes, the Robert Irwin did a bit of a roast on Karl Stefanovic. I haven't seen it. Let me find it. Anyway, here's his response.
What do you think about Robert Irwin's roasting at the Logies?
I didn't watch the Logies, and I had the most beautiful night's sleep.
He fucking totally watched it.
First time on a Monday morning after the Logies for the first time in 20 years.
Yeah, wow. Didn't miss the after party this year? Not at all.
You can't be cranky with Robert Irwin. It'd be like being cranky with Bambi, mate.
Fair enough.
That is a very good line. Yes, you can't be cranky with Robert Irwin. It's like being cranky at Bambi. The immigrants are even taking our Logie Awards. I'm pretty sure Sam Pang was born here, but I get your meaning.
We're about to get going, but before we do, just a quick little bit of housekeeping. Unfortunately, Karl Stefanovic didn't RSVP tonight, which means we didn't have to hire quite as many bartenders, but we've kept him a spare seat, just in case. It's over there to the right, the far right. Guys, I'm pumped for an awesome night. Are we ready?
Anyway. No one cares about Logies. Not really. Anyway, let's talk about election news. There was some primaries today. Hezbollah announced that James Tommy Fishback has fallen in battle. God damn it. Ina lil ahali wa ina il yahi rachun. That is fucking hilarious. Vox says the worst primary in America just ended. An Islamophobic Congress member beat an anti... Dude, Carl's about to tell a Stingray joke. Oh. I'm sure he's got many a barb. An Islamophobic Congress member beat an anti-Semitic influencer. It may be a sign of the GOP to come. Oh, fuck you, Vox. Zach Beauchamp is a senior guy. Rep. Randy Fine, the Republican running for re-election in Florida's 6th congressional district. God, I can't stand Randy Fine. Has unfavorably compared Muslims to dogs and suggested that Israel should starve Gazans. We need more Islamophobia, not less, he wrote in one tweet. Palestinian is a synonym for evil, he wrote in another. You might think that such a person would be obviously the most repugnant candidate in tonight's Florida 6th primary. But then there's Dan Bilzerian, the right-wing influencer who challenged him. Bilzerian is an open anti-Semitic and Holocaust denier and functional retard with millions of social media followers who has said that most of the problems today are caused by Jewish supremacy. He's called the masterminds of October 7 a hero and fantasized about personally killing Israelis. He would last about 30 seconds. During the campaign, he regularly called Fine a fat Jew and released an AI-generated music video on X that muses about a second Holocaust. Jewish supremacy, Satan's creepy little minions. Should we revisit that Austrian painter's opinions? Lest the reference be too subtle, the line is overlaid a graphic of Adolf Hitler wearing a painter's apron. House leaders in both parties have condemned the anti-Semitic attacks and Fine won easily. But Bilzerian appears poised to finish with about 19% of the vote, with over 90% of ballots counted, making him the top vote getter out of 4 Republican challenging the incumbent. I'm sure Dan Bilzerian filled out every single one of those votes himself. This should be a giant flashing warning sign for the GOP's post-Trump future. As on the Democratic side, divide over Gaza and October 7 have created a schism inside the GOP. I love that both fucking sides, both fucking parties at this point are just 100% in the... We don't care about domestic issues. We're 100%. We care about the Arabs and the Israelis, and that's it. Just that. Wonderful. We'll see how that... I'm sure that will end well. So, fucking Christ. Okay. Anyway, we need to talk about schizos because there is a fucking absolute plethora of schizos out there. Knights of Raptor earlier said, I would like to ask the panel, unfortunately, man, it's just me. What are your thoughts on the pro-life people supporting Lindsay? Are they true grifters or honest? So Knights of Raptor is alluding, of course, to stuff like this. Sean Head says over $700,000 now raised for a woman who strangled her 3 children to death with exercise ropes. Every single donation is from a woman. Hundreds of thousands of women in TikTok true crime psychosis where they believe the husband did it because he looks mean. Yes, I think this might actually be like way more now. Let's see. GoFundMe, Musgrove. Jesus H. Christ. Okay, so they're almost at $1 million. So yes, for those of you who may not be aware, Lindsay Clancy is accused of murdering her 3 young children. By accused, I mean she's fucking admitted it. So let me go to the Wikipedia page because it breaks it down dispassionately. Lindsay Clancy. Dude, why do I have to fucking scroll to find this fucking thing? I will just read the fucking AI summary. Congratulations, Wikipedia. Lindsay Clancy is a Massachusetts mother on trial for first-degree murder after strangling her 3 young children. Cora 5, Dawson 3, and Callan 8, like 8 months, on January 23rd, 2023 in Dixbury, Massachusetts. Following the incident, she jumped from a second-story window and is paralyzed from the waist down. Her ongoing trial centers on an insanity defense, with her legal team arguing she suffered from severe postpartum psychosis induced by overmedication, while prosecutors argue the killings were calculated and intentional. The drugs most certainly didn't help, Bob Chew. I mean, we went through it on Sunday show. And the cocktail she was on is fucking crazy. But I was watching, so Dr. Todd Grande about 2 weeks ago released a video about it. So I watched his. And he was saying that for medical professionals to have given her sorry, my wife uses some terms that I've picked up over the years, and it's very annoying. To use nothing but medication instead of counseling is quite possibly is outrageous. Apparently she did refuse talk therapy, but if she refuses, then you don't prescribe her anything. You don't prescribe her tranquilizers. You don't prescribe her fucking SSRIs. You don't prescribe her a bevy of different drugs over a very brief period of time. But yeah, the insanity around this is fucking nuts. It speaks to a level of stupidity and anti-intellectualism that it worries me. It's like the Charlie Kirk stuff. The guy, like Tyler Robinson did it. He says he did it. His DNA and fingerprints are on the weapon. He's admitted it to his parents, to his tranny lover, to his Discord server. He was there. There's physical evidence. It was his gun. I mean, why are we still fucking arguing about this? And, well, I mean, arguably we're still arguing over it because Candace Owens makes money from it. Because lies are profitable. Because conspiracy is profitable. There's money to be made. And money will be made. But this is a whole other fucking level.
Indicated further on into her travels, I am completely overwhelmed trying to take care of the kids. I'm drowning every day. I feel guilty that I'm spending my family's money and not making any. I feel like I spend way too much. She wrote that, right?
Correct.
I'm terrified of Callan getting sick. He's a sick baby. A sick baby is miserable. He's sick now with a double ear infection. Clearly has a bellyache. It's miserable. I feel like the other kids are going to get him sick all winter long. She wrote that, right?
Correct.
I always feel strongly against sleep training. I feel like it's abusive to let the baby cry and not respond. But I made the decision. I did it with Cal. It is way too much crying. It's incredibly stressful. She wrote that, right?
Correct.
He's okay. He will be okay. It's not harmful in any way. The doctor said it was okay. Plenty of people sleep train their kids at that age. It's necessary as a third child, is what she wrote, right?
Correct.
I feel incredibly...
I really hope this is performative. I really hope it is. Like, because if you're feeling this way, you need to fucking get help.
Sad and guilty about not breastfeeding anymore. That was the one thing I could do to help his immune system, and I can tell he really doesn't like the formula. I'm very sad about this. I know at this time it's what I needed to do for my mental health. She wrote that, right?
Correct.
And then the statement started getting smaller and smaller as time went by. One occasion, it's like I'm desperate to get a mental break from taking care of everyone. My mind is trying to make something physically wrong with me. My mind never shuts off. It's constantly thinking of the next thing someone needs. I can't shut it off. I desperately want to go back to work, but now I don't know how I'm going to function, and it worries me. Wrote that, right?
Correct.
There were two pages that were blank that she didn't even write on. And then on the third entry, affirmations. She wrote affirmations. On November 22nd of 2022, I am calm. I will remain calm today. There is nothing that needs to be on my mind. The weight is lifted from my mind. I will sleep tonight. She wrote that, right?
Correct.
Continuing on into November, I slept well last night. I will sleep again.
Stabby, welcome, man.
Hey, you looked lonely, so I figured I'd join you.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
And tonight, today will be a great day. I will go back to work on Sunday. I will thrive. I can feel like myself again. That was November 23rd. She wrote that, right?
I believe that's the day, yes.
I have to believe this is performative. I have to. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Same Chris Benoit. Oh, Jesus fuck. The thing that the thing that kind of makes me go, well, hang on a second. Like, I can understand her being overwhelmed. Like, I can understand her being absolutely overwhelmed. Like, raising a kid is hard. Like, babies are difficult. Is probably the nicest word I would use. And those times are stressful, absolutely. But I mean, humans have been having babies, multiple babies, for 200,000 years, 300,000 years, in conditions that would break your soul. And
yeah,
she can't,
a lot.
like, yeah,
Throughout human history, parent
we are like,
or be born.
Like, we're in quite possibly the easiest time for raising of children. Like, it's not dead simple, but look, all you got to do is not let them on the internet, not let them join a gang, and not throttle them. Which I guess she failed, but yeah, I understand the argument that this is premeditated. She did fucking send her husband out for takeout. Like, she knew what she was going to do. She planned it. So she had the presence of mind to send her husband away long enough for her to do the deed. And she fucking strangled them. All three of the children. And then tried to kill herself to escape punishment because she knew the punishment would come. Like,
yeah, you can't convince me that there was no malice aforethought with this lady. Like, she obviously, this was not like a split-second decision. She sent her husband. I think that she wanted to be found by her husband. I think that's why she didn't do it while he was away on some work trip or something.
Yep.
She wanted him to
come back to find the body. Yeah.
Yes. She wanted him to discover it.
To find her and then find the children.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what her frame of mind was. Like,
yeah.
But I can't think of any other reason to do it the way that she did it. And like the last act of a vindictive bitch to be like, look at what you made me do.
Yeah. Because, look, killing yourself, absolutely, I can understand that. I can absolutely understand being at a point where you don't want to do this anymore. You cannot go on a single fucking day. Infanticide, like mass infanticide, is very fucking different. And lining up your kids and doing them one at a time, there's some calculated fucking cruelty that you need to have to do that. And I don't understand the women, like the women who can fucking empathize with this woman. I do not fucking understand. Sympathize, absolutely. I can understand sympathy, but if you fucking empathize with this woman, you probably shouldn't be left around fucking children. Like, you can have sympathy for the fact that she felt like she had no fucking choice and that this was her only option. Sure, you can have sympathy for that. But if you empathize with her actions and think she didn't do nothing, there is something seriously fucking wrong with you, and you shouldn't be allowed near children. Like, you are a fucking risk to children, especially if they're your own kids.
That I'm not making any excuses for these crazy bitches, but I think that this is the kind of society that, you know, because look at, dehumanize, we completely still in the womb. So like, yeah, they're just a little bit older than that.
Well, yeah. Well, this is the fifth trimester abortion for one of them. So he's only 8 months old, so it's all good. Yeah, just a fifth trimester abortion. It's all good. Fucking. So I mean, what do we expect? I really hope that in the next fucking 10 or 15 years we find out that a lot of this insanity on social media was actually pushed on us by our enemies of the West. So the Chinese, the Russians, the fucking Arabs.
It's all a psyop.
So psyop by the Jews and the Arabs and the Cossacks and the commies, and they're coming in for your kids. They're going to make your wife kill the kids in the basement and then throw themselves off the roof so you can't have any more kids. And the kids that survive, they're going to turn them gay and trans. So, yeah. But yes, $900,000 so far raised for a fucking child killer. Like, what are these fucking top donations? Dude, these are like the highest donation's $5,000. So this got up there the hard way. That's fucking nuts.
So was that from Jeremy Hambly?
Like, fuck. We all support you, Lindsay. We stand behind you, Lindsay. Sending love, strength, and support from Australia. I've been following this case closely and have been absolutely heartbroken listening to what you've been through, Lindsay. It's abundantly clear how much you love your gorgeous children. Yeah, now. As someone who has experienced postpartum, I'm sorry you were failed in so many different ways. To Mr. and Mrs. Musgrove, what amazing parents you are. I hope this money helps both you and Lindsay on the road to recovery. Post this trial, know that you and your incredible lawyer, Kevin Shreddington, have shone an incredibly bright light on postpartum health, and the positive impact of that will be far-reaching. I'm so sorry to have to come to this for you in order for our society to start to understand the depths of postpartum darkness. Look, postpartum sucks. Postpartum absolutely fucking sucks. But it is not a free pass to fucking murder your kids.
And to your earlier point, like, we live, like, there's so many support systems. Like, if she was, and supposedly she was on medication, but there's so much
that's a whole other fucking kettle of fish.
Yeah.
Like, arguably, she should have had like I don't think she had postpartum psychosis until, like, if she did, it was triggered by all the
By this whole
unresolved
event.
issues, and then all the medication. But yeah, like, Lindsay, your ex failed you in every way possible. Yes, of course, it's the man's fault. It's the man's fault. She annihilated her family.
Well, during the trial, people were outright trying to say that it had to be the dad. There's no way she could have done this. He must have been the one that did this. And it's like, you have no, like, you're going full Candace Owens brain because you have no evidence of that whatsoever.
Fucking wait for it. Lindsay Clancy told hubby in bone-chilling call that male voice instructed her to kill the children and kill herself.
Fucking male voice in her head.
Oh no, it was her husband whispering to her. Like, guaranteed, this is what the fucking lunatics are going to be saying.
I'm sure the police never investigated or looked at his GPS location.
Well, that's the thing. They did. Like, they focused on the husband like 100%.
Of course they did. That's always the first suspect. It's going to be the husband or
it's
the
always
boyfriend.
the husband. It's always the husband.
They have to
it's
rule him
always
out
the
first.
husband. Yeah. If she hadn't survived, he'd be in fucking prison. Be like, he murdered his wife. Like, he killed his children and then went out for takeout and murdered his wife and made it look like a suicide.
He probably would have been put on trial. Yeah.
We'd be talking about how this guy got sent to fucking the gas chamber. Like, Jesus.
Jury.
And there'd be no fucking $900,000 GoFundMe and men fucking making videos about how they know how he feels. No, we'd all be like, this motherfucker killed his kids and killed his wife. Fuck that guy. Fucking men and women are really two different fucking species at this point.
How you interacted and felt about your grandchildren?
I loved my grandchildren with all my heart. And you never know what it's like to love a grandchild until you become a grandmother. And it was the most beautiful thing. I love them with all my heart.
Grandkids are great because you can hand them back. They're like your own kids if they were smaller again, and you didn't have to look after them all the time. When they were bastards, you can just hand them back.
No.
Lindsay was a very loving mother. She was
right up until the point she murdered her kids.
Dedicated to her children. She was a fun mother. She was always doing things for her kids. She always wanted to be a mother, have many children, and I felt it was the best thing.
And yet you hear from her own diary that she wanted to go back to work. Like, that's another thing. That's probably a contributing factor to a lot of this insanity nowadays. Like, because I was saying, this is the best time for humans to raise other humans in history. But if you think about it, in those 200,000-300,000 years, it's only the past 100, maybe 70 years that there wasn't a woman doing, like, at home, taking care of the child. She wasn't expected to go to work. Her work was the kids in the home. Like, for the last 180 years or so, the man went to work.
Better times.
So, and before that, everybody's role was just fucking surviving. So, post-industrial revolution, we all got jobs. So, and then post-liberation, post-women's lib, they all got jobs as well. And this is the result.
I'm actually very fortunate because, we have 5 kids, and my wife's been a stay-at-home mom for the last 9 years now. And before we had the last one.
Careful, Stabby. She's gonna murder them and try and kill herself.
She would never.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
Before the last one,
It's gonna
she
murder you
was,
instead.
she was eager for our preschooler to get to kindergarten and be in school full time during the, for a full
Yeah.
school day so she could go back to work. And I'm like,
Yeah.
why would you want to go back to work? And essentially, it's so that she can socialize with other adults.
That's exactly right.
Because
yeah.
I've given her so many opportunities over the years. Like, 'cause, she has interests, and I'm like, hey, you like doing this and you're good at it. Why don't you do a side hustle? Start a business.
Yeah.
I will fund it. I will support you. We can do it together. And she just has zero interest in doing anything like that. She wants to go back to work after this long employment history break. And I'm like, you're probably not going to get a job that is going to give you what you're worth. Like you're going to go back to, a Walmart job or cleaning other people's houses or something. And you're too smart to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And you're going to get bored, but hey, it's what she wants.
Yeah. Well, you just end up hating it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm also thinking, I had a thought, but I lost it. Fuck, it'll come back to me.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. It was part of what you said, but what was it? Fuck. God, I hate when that happens. Fucking don't get old.
I'm getting there.
That ever happened
Yeah, tell me about it.
to her, and she would do anything for her children. She was just a loving mother.
Oh, that's what it was. You were talking about your wife, and she wants to socialize. We used to live in communities. We don't anymore. We don't even know. We don't know our neighbors. Like, even if you go back to like the 50s, like, or even the 60s, even the fucking 80s, like, we knew our neighbors. Our neighbors were like fucking friends by default. Like, my mum fucking lived in the neighbor's house. Like, my mum lived in units, and everybody knew everybody. It was like one massive family, and everybody just, supported each other. And granted, it was public housing, but which is a bit different because everybody's a bog rat. But yeah, but even like my grandparents were neighbors with like the neighbors on either side. They knew the neighbor across the road. They'd come over for tea. Like, there was community there. You had a support structure that was your community, but that's gone. We've killed it. And I don't know exactly when or how we killed it. Like, when did we all become strangers to each other? Like, the quote unquote far right in me says, "Oh, it's when we brought in all the foreigners." But I don't think.
I think the internet had a lot to do with it, but I don't think it started with the internet. I think it started before the internet.
Yeah.
Like the more connected that we became online, and people, everyone having a supercomputer in their pocket and multiple social media pages, it's like they put less effort into making connections locally with their local community. It's like that social was being spent on strangers that you'll never meet.
Yeah, my wife brings this up all the time. She said, well, like, you can hang out with, like, you can find lunatics now everywhere. Like, everybody can find like lunatics who believe what they believe, or like are fans of their thing, but it's all like, they're not real. They're through a screen. They're on the other side of the world. They're not friends. Like, because she plays Grand Theft Auto like online, and like, she's like, oh yeah, my friend.
They're superficial.
My
They're
friend
very
from
superficial connections.
Yeah. It's well, it's like what Medicare says. Like, friend, no, I know you from the internet. That's not a friend. Like, you're just an internet person. That's just a superficial, transitory fucking connection who can be there 1 minute and gone the next.
Or transactional.
Transactional too, dude. Fuck, we're on YouTube. The place for transactional friendships, for parasociality. Is that a word? Parasociality? No, I'm probably using
It is now.
Like, yeah, it is now. I've coined it. But yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like I'm always reticent to blame the internet because
Well,
the
it's a
internet's
double-edged sword.
It's just a tool. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
tool. It's a tool. It can be used for. I can use it to hunt, or I can use it to kill, like a gun. Like it can be.
You can't touch those over there. Be lucky if you get a gel blaster.
Well, yes, not in this state, that's for sure. Not.
But so that I don't like drag this out too long, we'll get back to the flip. And one thing I want to point out about what this grandmother's saying is like her saying how much she loved being a mother, how much she wanted to be a mother, how good of a mother she was, just goes to show that this took malice aforethought. Like it tells me, or indicates to me, she had to have planned this out and intentionally did it. It wasn't a sudden psychotic break.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, I don't think it was planned to the point of like she'd made a decision like 3 days ago that like Thursday kill children. But
it could have been that day. It could have been
premeditation can happen in an instant. Like it doesn't.
The moment, the moment before the act.
It doesn't require like, oh, I planned it. No, it is the decision you made when you pull the trigger, so to speak. So you can be like, it doesn't require a long run up. You can make a decision in the moment, and it's hard. I don't want to see this woman get off, because irrespective of her mental state at the time, she still murdered she still murdered 3 children in cold blood. And I don't care how good a mother she is. Like, so Lindsay Clancy told her husband in a bone-chilling phone call after strangling their kids that she heard a male voice telling her to kill the children and kill herself. That feels like that feels like she's constructing a fucking alibi. Like, oh, I did it because I heard a male voice tell me to do it. Like, what?
She's developing her insanity plea.
Yeah. She's like, fuck, I didn't die. Shit. Okay. Oh, man told me to do it. Because really, like, if you do that kind of family annihilation, you kill yourself to escape blame, to escape the consequences. Because if it was just about you, you just kill yourself.
Yeah.
You would.
Well, we're on YouTube, so I can't really say what I think should happen to people like
go
her,
right
or
ahead.
people who hurt kids in general.
YouTube. my brother in Christ, I was talking about executing pedophiles earlier, so it's fine. The secret to YouTube and not being able to say stuff is just don't check the box that says monetize this video, and YouTube doesn't care. So that's the secret. All these people are like, oh, I can't say this on YouTube. My wife comes down and talks to me about it all the time, how she hates the fact that people have to say, oh, unalived, and we have to have all this fucking newspeak because the algorithm will punish you. The algorithm will punish you. I don't give a shit about the algorithm. That much is fucking clear. This is there's 198 episodes of the pre-stream that clearly don't give a fuck about the algorithm.
Well, Thermo, all I'm saying, you know who I'm a big fan of Sean, and I moderate for him, so you know what I'm used to hearing, but I'm just trying to be respectful because some people are sensitive about what you say on this platform.
Yeah. Also, you don't have an Australian accent, so it can probably read what you say better when it transcribes it.
Hey, mate.
But maybe that's the key. You can say whatever you want, but you got to say it in an Australian accent. And if you say it in an Australian accent, they just don't, like, the AI just doesn't understand it. Can't moderate it. Roy sent 2 jewels and a silver. Oh, sorry, 100, 2 jewels and a silver star. Thanks, man. What is the right wing saying about the problem was, Roy? That she was a Leo, as in what, she was born in August. Sorry, born between what, July 21st and August 21st is a Leo. Yes, I know astrology. I know astronomy too, but Clancy had asked hospital psychiatrist Paul Zeisel if she could borrow his phone 13 days after the killing and her then husband's 3 children, killing her and her then husband's 3 children. Clancy then phoned spouse Patrick Clancy from a hospital room in Brigham and Women's, where she's being held and recovering from a suicide attempt after strangling her kids with exercise cords. She told Patrick that she loved him very much. She said she heard a male voice ordering her, telling her that she didn't have any choice, that she had to kill her children and kill herself. Zazel said he first visited Clancy in the hospital 2 days earlier, but that Patrick did not answer when she tried him that day. The shrink called to testify by Clancy's lawyer. I saw people being like, oh, he's got remarried. He got remarried. That makes him suspicious. I'm like, bitch, are you fucking insane? Of course he got fucking divorced her and remarried. His last wife fucking murdered his kids and tried to kill herself. And he got investigated for it. Fucking of course.
Yeah. I mean, if I were in this exact same scenario, like, thank God I have a sane wife and I never will be.
Yeah.
But if I came home and found her clinging to life and the kids were dead, by the time EMS got there, she would not be alive.
There'd be no more clinging to life. Yeah.
Yes. There would be no more clinging.
Job. I'd videotape her confession and then I'd finish the fucking job. The shrink was called to testify by Clancy's lawyer, Kevin Reddington, who asked Zeisel if he'd suggested that Clancy lie to her husband about hearing voices. Absolutely not. Reddington wanted the jury to find Clancy not guilty by reason of insanity based on the fact that she was allegedly afflicted by severe postpartum psychosis worsened by a slew of powerful psychiatric medications her doctor prescribed for her. The ultimate fresh start. That's right. So this factory reset your relationship. The husband was a simp because a good husband shouldn't make their wife's life easier, shouldn't have provided a great life for her. And the TPUSA side, we need to work with women that support her. Oh, for God's sake, dude, the right is fucking broken. On some things, the right is sometimes so much worse than the left. Like, it's literally the kids, you're both wrong. Or in this case, kids, you're both retarded. I'm like, fuck. Meanwhile, in the UK, like, going back to my fucking thread on people just being fucking retarded, people are like having a vigil for Jason Arde.
While those who loved him watched and warned and were not heard.
He's being lynched.
They were so vicious that they attempted, and this is how
he was lynched. He was fucking lynched by the press. It's quite honestly terrifying that a big part of the population seems to think that you should be allowed to plagiarize, lie, and commit fraud as long as you're black. Yes. I don't know if I tweeted it. Maybe I wrote it and deleted it. But I was going to actually, no, that's right. I wrote it and deleted it because I thought, no, maybe you shouldn't write that down somewhere. Just say it on the show instead.
No one's watching.
Well, that's right. Literally no one's watching. Make statements like no one's listening. I was thinking, like, holy shit, the IQ thing, like Nathan Corfus must be look like, because that's the guy who did the IQ and race thing. And my wife's like watched a video interview with him, and she's like, that guy is fucking autistic. Like, that Arde guy, not autistic. This guy, fucking autistic. I'm like, yeah, that's probably why he's the race and IQ guy. Because he's like, I've got these studies here. Like, there's a bell curve. Like, the curve's real. Their average IQ is lower. What do you want me to fuck? It's the facts. It's the facts. Like, I can't argue with facts. I'm autistic. But like, this has been amazing evidence for the lower for the IQ curve, because I swear to fucking Christ, everybody who's like, oh, Jason RD was lynched, he didn't do anything wrong, like, oh, see, all this stuff, it was actually just a media smear. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're all black. They're all black. They're all like, what the fuck? I'm like, how are you all 100% black? Like, how is everybody who believes this nonsense black? Like, holy shit.
I'm sure there's some liberal white women who believe
there's
it too.
100% liberal white people, like liberal white women, but still, like, Jesus Christ. That's why I didn't tweet it, because that's one of those things that comes back to haunt you. Anyway, speaking of haunting me, let's talk about tech news. Yes. So the next thing is monitors. We've had hard disks, SSDs, DRAM. Next, then CPUs all explode in price. Now the next thing is monitors. So monitors are going to get expensive because of the data center somehow. I guess because the tiny amount of DRAM in your high-end monitor that it uses to, I guess, run the fucking interface is now super expensive. And it's totally not that everybody's just seeing the opportunity to absolutely shake down everybody as hard as fucking possible. So it may hearten the chat to know that I've literally bought one computer since the weekend. So, and if a motherboard counts, I've actually bought another motherboard as well. So
I was gonna say only one.
Yeah, I said it was the last one, and it's technically true. It'll be the last computer I buy this year, the last whole computer. So,
I don't know if you saw, but they're re-releasing B650 boards with PCI 5.0 or something. So like,
no, it was
I forget what I was talking about with it.
Gigabyte is releasing B450 boards.
Yeah, I sorry. Yeah, I knew it was DDR4 RAM motherboards.
Yeah, I don't think I've started. Let me pull it up real quick.
Like AM4, so last generation, they're refreshing it.
Yeah. It's
but that just means that more manufacturers hop on that.
Everything old is new again.
More manufacturers do that.
Gigabyte
DDR4 will just spike too.
8-year-old 450 chipset with new motherboards. So yeah, like I think I saw there was a difference. Like they're basically the same boards, but they added like Wi-Fi 6 to the Wi-Fi model, and there was something else.
Yeah, it was like Wi-Fi 6
USB-C
or something.
They have a USB-C header. So because when the original B450s, the B450s, which I actually have one of in a pile behind me, they don't have they have USB 3.1 headers. They're the fucking big headers with the thick cables with the ribbons, but they don't have the USB-C USB 3.2 C headers, which are like the little click ones. So they've added that to the Southbridge. So they have made a change.
Yeah, I hate those things. There's like never a good positive connection when you're plugging the front I/O cable into them.
Oh, I've never had a problem. Rory says, when is China RAM going to go to Aussie land? Now, most of the Chinese memory. So this is what is it? CSM, something like that. Is the Chinese memory manufacturer?
CSX, or there's two names for it.
One of them, CSXM or something. Who the fuck knows? Chinese semiconductor, Zhaojing, whatever. No, they're fucking making high-end RAM. I'm seeing like news stories about like, oh, they've just cracked like 8,000 megahertz, like 8,000 mega transfer DDR5. I'm like, oh, fuck you.
Yeah,
Fucking-
now G.Skill is making even more expensive RAM. They're making ultra low latency modules.
Oh, fuck. This has got to stop. This has got to fucking stop. Like, it's 2026, and you can get a brand new, fresh off the line B450 motherboard from Gigabyte that was built this year, along with your, what is it? What was it? A 5950 X3D that's
The 800
brand new as
X3D.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like fucking 10-year-old CPU and a fucking Christ on an 8-year-old board, on an 8-year-old chipset. Like, come on, fuck, what are we doing? Just
Well, I mean, it is dystopian. It seems like a step backwards, but I mean, at least like they're doing a few things. They're not just like firing up the old manufacturing lines. Like, I believe AMD had to like re-engineer the manufacturing for the 5800 X3Ds because they didn't have the ability to manufacture them the way that they used to.
Well, they would have had to go back to Global Foundries because the new Ryzens, they're all made by oh Christ, how have I forgotten the fucking name? SMC, TSMC, thermal-take segment. Yes, that's very good. Ray says I have a 5070 board, a 570 board, and it still runs amazing. Yeah, look, dude, my old machine, so Mjolnir, which is my black and white Leonly build. It's a Z690 with a 12700K, and it runs fantastic. The server I have is a AM5 7700, and it's fucking hammers. This thing's a 13900 KF, and it fucking just canes. Like we're fucking really lucky that this happened now, because the DDR4 and DDR5, like the difference between DDR4 and DDR5, until you get to those really fucking high speeds, and depending on the CPU, I saw a 4v5 comparison using Intel boards, because obviously AM5 doesn't support DDR4, but Intel supports the memory controller on the LGA 1700 C sockets supports both. So you'll get a mix. You can actually run both. And I have like my box that's in the lounge room. It's a DDR4 box. It's a DDR4 with a 14700K.
Well, up until this year,
the difference in.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go.
I just heard a pause, but I was going to say, up until this year, I was still using a DDR3 system with like a third generation Intel socket in it. The LGA 2011, and it was, it still worked fine. That's why I kept it running for so long. It still worked fine. I could play Helldivers and do whatever with it. Still, it was getting a little taxing just running like Google with too many tabs, because it only had, I think, like 16 gigabytes of DDR3. Like I had a quad channel get in there. Or no, maybe I was. How many did I? I forget how many. No, I had 4 sticks of 8 gigabytes each.
Well, because I've moved all my stuff into my new office, and I've been going through all my like containers of stuff, and I dug out. I found my container of like laptops and stuff, and I found one of my 2 old MacBooks. I've got like an old MacBook from like 2010 that has a disk drive and has a spinning hard drive, a spinning RUS drive. And I have a 2012 Retina MacBook Pro. I had to buy a USB-C to MagSafe 2 connector just to fucking charge it because I don't know where the fucking charger is. But it worked. Charged it, turned it on, did a clean install. Fucking, it's butter smooth. Like it actually performs really well. Like it's smooth, it's responsive. The only problem is I can't get any fucking software for it because you got to download a new browser, and it's like, oh no, we don't support Catalina. So it's an OS issue. Like I just can't run. But it's an i7, like a 3 series Intel, and it's fucking fast. This is from 2012. So like
yeah,
and
well, I
that's
would
what I'm
still use
saying.
my old
Like,
computer, if not for one of my 10 slots after 12 years.
yeah. Like that's the thing. We can literally use these fucking old PCs from fucking 12 years ago, and they're still performant. Like they still get the job done. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like we are really fucking lucky that fuck, what's it called? The curve, the Moore's law. That Moore's law basically broke down about 10 years ago, and we weren't getting doubling of computer speed every fucking 18 months. Because if we were, fucking hell, we'd be like, Windows 22, it's just not performing on my fucking 12900K. I need to go to the 14900K, which is 8 times faster somehow. Like, no, like, because I was having a look at the comparisons on like Passmark, and the difference between a 13900K and a 14900K is like a couple of hundred points. Like the only big difference you get is like 12700 to 13 or 14900, and you're like, okay, well, yeah, there's a lot. So we've not really improved. Like all the improvements really in performance have been incremental, like really incremental. Like these little just claws forward. Like the biggest fucking difference between a 12700K, 12900K and a 14900K is the fucking wattage. A 12900K is like 230 watts, and a 14900K is 120. So yeah, it's faster and it's also more efficient. So we've improved efficiency as a trade-off for, because we can't get that like that huge boost in performance. So we've traded the boost in performance for a boost in efficiency. And given how much I pay for electricity, that's a good thing.
Anyway, but look at how much juice, look at how much juice some of these video cards are sucking now.
Yes.
Like my new video card will draw 340 watts compared to my old one, which was, I think, like only 200 tops.
Back in my day, a 400 watt power supply was big. I have two 1200 watts around here, like in this house. I've seen 1800 watt power supplies listed. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, holy shit.
Yeah, but that stuff's mostly used for like multi GPU units that are running AI or trying to do heavy video rendering.
Well, yeah, if you're running, if you've got a 5080 or 5080, 5090, 4080, 4090, even 3080, 3090. If you get any of those cards, they'll pull like 400, 500, 600 watts. That's what the 12 volt rail, like the 12 watt power connector is for. It's for pulling 600 watts. Shit, Asus makes a board that has a special connector so that the card can pull 800 watts. Like it has they make a special card. It's like a BFG, I think it is. Like Asus BFG. Let me check. Asus BFG, I think it's called. BFGD. No, that's the Back to the Future. If you mean the Asus BTF, it's Asus's hidden connector, PC building system. No. BTF OC.
Well, I know they have that that new style that only
This
works
one.
with certain motherboards.
BTF edition. See this extra slot here? That's for power.
Yeah.
So
But is
you
that
run
the version that also has the power connector on it as well, or is that the one that just gets its power from the motherboard? 'Cause I know
it has it has the power connector on here, and it also has the BTF connector.
Okay, because I
I
know
think
that
you
they
can
were
only
making
use
new
it-
cards that were cableless.
Yeah. It incorporates an innovative detachable graphics card high power adapter that withstands up to 1,000 watts. Fucking nuts. Like, yeah, detachable GC high power adapter compatible with both standard and BTF motherboards. So insane. But anyway, Philson CEO warns NAND supply won't meet demand for 4 years. Locking in higher SSD prices through 2030. And it's not just SSDs. The like Western Digital has sold out. So every single spinning Rust drive that Western Digital has made and will make for the remainder of 2026 and half of 2027 is already spoken for. What do we do with that? There's going to come a point where businesses aren't going to be able to replace hardware. Fuck, right now, there are people who like have faulty memory who send it in under warranty and get a fucking check back because it's cheaper for them to just pay you what you paid than to actually give you new memory.
I wonder if G-Skill will just send me a check because I've got some DDR3 and I was going to RMA it.
Like, I need to RMA it. Here's what you paid for it originally. Yeah, because most of their warranty terms are like, oh, well, you either get an equivalent product or what you paid. So the value of the product at the time of purchase. So like you be really fucked in this environment. Pao Keng Sheng stated that the market often believes that after memory price rises, manufacturers can quickly increase capital expenditures and expand production capacity, but in reality, the time required to add new NAND production capacity is much longer than the market imagines. He revealed that during a recent exchange with senior executives of the NAND manufacturer, he asked how long it would take from investment to actual mass production. He originally estimated it would take 2 years, but the answer they gave was 4. And that's only if they invest in additional manufacturing capacity. Because they've already been fucked, like the memory manufacturer has been fucked before. Because the price has skyrocketed during COVID, during COVID. I think it also happened before. Like all this has happened before. But that time the memory manufacturers just fucking ramped up production, spent a whole bunch of money, and the price collapsed. And they were stuck with fucking memory that they had to sell at a new low price, and they fucked themselves, and a whole bunch of them went out of business. So they're all fucking terrified that that's going to happen again. So like this bubble bursting, it cannot come fast enough for anybody who gives a shit about technology. And it has to. We don't need all these fucking data centers. Like we really don't. Like, we're not going to be discovering some fucking new thing because suddenly Elon's got another fucking data center in space. I'm like, this is all fucking retarded. Anyway, speaking of fucking retarded, Sabre Interactive CEO Matt Karsh has apologized to former lead writer Stella Sacco after spending the past week publicly attacking her over claims she was replaced by ChatGPT during development of Rideshare Simulator. Apologies are simply too short a supply these days to spurn one when it's offered, wrote Sacco. God willing, this is the last statement I'll need to make about this. Sabre has since updated the Steam page to disclose AI use, including AI-generated voices. Honestly, at this point, I would expect AI-generated voices in everything. But yes, fuck this tranny widow.
I watched a really interesting video last night about how
Mama.
But
No, Dada.
I just got home, so my little one's wanting some attention. But I just watched a video last night about AI and how people were creating their own clusters of agents to make money. You know, they would give them a prompt, make money by any means.
Yeah.
And whichever agents underperformed would get cut. And then it turned into a runaway scenario where
goes and hacks a bank.
Yeah.
you wake up and your AI has got the feds on your door.
It turned into a scenario where it sounds like a movie script, you know, but it turned into this scenario where all the governments of the world had to shut down the internet because the AI just got out of control, and it was causing server fires with running at 100% output without being told to, and all. You know, I'll have to link you the video because it was entertaining to listen to. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it as much as I did.
Yeah,
but it's just like the hypothetical kind of like basilisk theory scenario, but
it's a paperclip machine.
Terminators.
It's a paperclip machine. It's the you build a machine that's its instructions are make paperclips, and it just turns the entire universe into paperclips.
Yeah,
it's just following orders. Like you told it to make paperclips, so it just breaks down everything in the room, and then everything in the country, and then the entire planet, and then the entire solar system, and the remainder of the universe, and you've got nothing but paperclips. Ray says that rideshare game, if you're a male, does it only give you male passengers since the female requests female drivers? I want to know if you play the Pakistani character, if you can rape your passengers. Turns into a different type of Steam game. What did I think of the AI movie I posted in Discord? Which AI movie? No, not that one. That was the AI data center song. That was creepy as fuck, but hilarious. What are you talking about, Ray? Which one? Unless you posted it in Ray Research, in which case I wouldn't have seen it because I have that channel muted. Anyway, I don't think I'll be ever buying rideshare simulator. YouTube is making a major change on how long form video views are counted. The change will take effect. So it's going to register as soon as the video begins playing. So the second the video starts, it will count as a view. The change will take effect on August 24th, 2026, bringing long-form videos, podcasts, and live streams under the same exposure-based model YouTube introduced for Shorts last year. Under the system, a public view will be counted from the first frame rather than requiring viewers to continuously watch for a set period. YouTube says the change is intended to standardize what a public view means across its different video formats. What's this then? Oh, okay. Short film. I'm not going to watch someone's short film from YouTube. I'll like if anybody's interested in watching it, Roy's just linked it in general. But yeah, I'm not going to steal their views. YouTube views will count from the first frame. Like that's insane, man. Okay, I guess everybody's views are going to fucking explode.
What are you going to steal? 6 views?
That's right.
Come on.
Steal 6 views. Oh, that's right. Let's talk about this guy. TikTok influencer, which shouldn't be a term anybody has to say. Dean Withers breaks down on stream amid unverified sexual assault allegations involving underage victims. Prominent TikTok political commentator Dean Withers suffered an emotional breakdown during a broadcast following unverified allegations circulating social media platforms. No formal law enforcement investigation or court filings have been produced to substantiate the digital claims as of the 17th of August, 2026. The allegations, which have not been independently verified by this publication, relate to inappropriate conduct involving an underage individual. The 21-year-old content
fair
creator.
play.
Yeah, that's right. Do believe all women. 21-year-old content creator who rose to digital fame hosting live political debate programs faced a barrage of hostile calls and chat messages during his broadcast. Withers vehemently denies all claims, asserting that alleged direct messages used against him as evidence against him were fabricated. It's a Russian hoax. It's just like the Biden laptop. It's a Russian disinformation campaign. That's what he should have said. As online commentators clipped and amplified his emotional reaction, the controversy sparked intense debate across online political communities regarding digital harassment and unverified allegations. Believe all women, motherfuckers. Here he is addressing the
believe
allegations.
all victims, right?
Yeah, that's right. Dean deserted he was a believe all women simp. Absolutely. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Right, so since I open and close most stream, does that mean he will have more views? Maybe. If I see an explosion in views, I'll know that's why. But it won't be till next weekend. Anyway.
This is the most serious video I've ever made.
Like, of course, he's going to go and blame MAGA people.
Stole the identity of an innocent 13-year-old girl to falsely accuse me of rape with supporting evidence of poorly botched fake DMs in an attempt to illegitimately deplatform me. In response, the 13-year-old whose identity was stolen made a video calling out the false accuser and anybody peddling these lies using her photos, stating that she's been getting harassed and bombarded with messages. An innocent 13-year-old girl. As we speak, not all, but millions of Republicans across the internet have continued to knowingly peddle this false allegation and could what only be described as an attempt to get me killed or to get me to myself, leading to the police calling me, informing me of a bomb threat, and the continued visceral harassment of the innocent little girl who had her identity stolen. Let's unpack this.
Ray says he was going off the day before about how we have to believe Trump accusers because we have to believe women. Well, that's right. Like I said, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You can cry about this stuff all you like, but if you're out here advertising believe all women, you're like, no. Like, if you are not skeptical about, like, if you take every woman's claim, well, actually, if you are a hypocrite who, when people on your side are accused, you're like, oh, no, I can't believe women. But people on the other side, you're like, oh, no, believe all women. Then fuck you, you're a hypocrite. And there's literally an area in hell specifically for you. I hear it's very cold. But yeah. This seems to be the fashion now too. Oh, they're trying to get me killed. They're trying to murder me. Because yes, of course, all that right-wing violence where right-wing people go and
I was going to say
and murder left-wing people. That happens all the fucking time. Yeah.
All the lunatic right-wing political violence that's always happened, that we always see in the news.
Like, fucking yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, ICE is going to kick in my door and kill me. Like, oh, there's a bomb threat. Dude, someone called in a bomb threat, you should be thankful. That's better than being swatted. When they're swatting you, they're trying to kill you. When they're sending you calling in bomb threats, that just means they want you out of your house. They want you. That's the lazy equivalent of sending you pizza.
Yeah, the police aren't going to storm into a bomb threat. They'll send the robot in.
Yeah, that's right. You're not going to get your door kicked in by like 4 guys. You're going to get the door opened slowly by Johnny Five. So,
first and foremost, this TikTok account under the name of Emily accused me of rape. They posted this fake DM to prove their allegation. The account posted 2 screenshots of the same faked DMs, for the purpose being that in the second screenshot, they're scrolled further down the page to also include my response. We know that they're fake because in the first screenshot above their message, there is an included date and time. In the second screenshot above that same message, there is not an included date and time. The only explanation for this inconsistency is that the screenshots are fake. The account also claimed to be a young girl, posting many photos such as these to make their allegations seem more believable. This girl is not accusing me of rape. She had her identity stolen by this account. She made a video to clear this up.
So tonight, I was looking through my TikTok comments and I find some comments saying that someone's impersonating me and using my photos to accuse someone Dean Withers of sexual assault. This was the picture someone put in my TikTok comments, and this was the picture I posted on Instagram. Same with here, this was posted in July, and now I find this 4 days ago on TikTok. On this photo, you can see there's a little scribble at the top of the screen. This is because, as you can see in the next photo, that's where the lyrics were in my Instagram photo. After finding out about this, I made a video tagging her saying that it's not me, and she ended up blocking my main account. I'm now getting multiple DMs and comments about this whole situation, and I wanted to make this to let you guys know that I'm not involved in any of this, and I didn't make any of these videos.
Even in light
Oh, well, how do I know you didn't just pay someone to do that, Dean?
of the fact that this allegation is obviously fake, not only hurting me as the victim of them, but also the innocent little girl whose identity was...
Innocent little girl.
Yeah, and like, how did they steal her identity? Like,
They stole her photos, man. They stole her identity.
yeah, her publicly posted photos and like
Yeah.
that don't even have her face in them.
See, that's dumb. That's why you AI generate photos. It doesn't show her face, so you can get away with it.
Yeah.
So anyway, the comments are basically exactly what Ryu was saying. That he said believe all women, and now he wants us to not believe this woman. What a hypocrite. Let's talk about the UK quickly, and then talk about Nancy Mace, and then we'll be done. Nigel Farage has reportedly fallen out of love with Zia Yusuf. A source told the Daily Mail, I think his days are numbered. I do not believe that, but I did post this. I said it's 2037 and the UK has finally seen the end of the Farage wave of immigration. 10 million in 8 short years, over 40,000 illegals deported. GDP is up per capita, but it's down enormously. The newly formed Recreate Britain Party is gaining steam on a platform of remigration. New Reform PM Suella Braverman vows to get the country back on track and handle the foreign rape gangs roaming the countryside. The UK economy is now smaller than the Netherlands. Hinkley Point C is slated to come online in just 5 more years. Of course, that's after the rare spotted black moth can be relocated. I think that's a banger, but yeah, anyway. That's my prediction for the future. I will see you guys in 11 years when PM Suella Braverman is the Prime Minister. After, of course, the Nigel wave. Cohabitating couples could enter marriage-style arrangements without knowing amid new proposals. So it looks like the British are actually introducing a law very similar to what we have in Australia. So in Australia, if you are in a de facto relationship, or you are automatically in a de facto relationship if you live with someone with your partner, be it male, female, or whatever. You're in a de facto relationship which has all the same legal protections as marriage if you live together for 12 months. And it looks like the UK is trying to introduce the same thing. But yes, proposed legal reforms of relationships risk inadvertently
Sure, that won't be abused.
Cohabitating couples into marriage-style commitments without their knowledge. Under plans put forward by the government, a formal system will be introduced to regulate financial outcomes following the separation of unmarried partners. Yes, so in Australia, if you every state in Australia has the same laws now around that. So you live with someone for 6 months as their partner, and you leave, you'll have to. It's basically a divorce. So, but the good thing is, if you live with them if you live with them for 5 minutes, you can claim them as you can include them on your taxes. So. And middle-aged men in the UK have lost their right to a test that helps detect prostate cancer. I don't know why the Telegraph does this. Very annoying. There we go. Gotcha, Telegraph. Now, the letter from an unnamed official at the DHSC's Secondary Prevention Directorate states if a patient is worried about prostate cancer, they can ask their GP about having a PSA test. As the health professional, the GP will consider the patient's cancer risk and help reach the judgment on whether undertaking a PSA is the right option for the patient, whilst clearly laying out to the patient the pros and cons associated with doing so. So yes, they've changed the guidance.
I bet if you just tell them you identify as female, there's some sort of loophole where they'll check your prostate for free.
Yes. It's a blood test. It's literally a blood test looking for the markers of your prostate being broken down. That's all a PSA test is. But they need to cut costs, see, because that socialized medicine that they love so much in the UK, the NHS, that has been ruined by successive governments. Well, they don't want to put money into it. They've got to keep putting money into bringing foreigners in to, boost the GDP. So yeah. Anyway, as I alluded to, I put this in the whore section, but I don't think Nancy Mace is a whore. I just didn't have any other place to put it. Representative
she just looks
Nancy
like she went to a tattoo convention with Nick Rekieta.
Nick Rekieta, yeah. Representative Nancy Mace, Republican from South Carolina, reveals new tattoos in recent appearance. So yes, she has a lot of tattoos now. All of a sudden, she didn't have them before, but she's launching a YouTube show. So outgoing Firebrand Representative Nancy Mace uses her new YouTube talk show to debut spicy tattoos on both arms. She went sleeveless in public for the first time in months. Mace broke out her inked up gun show while promoting Get Maced, a program where she apparently addresses the news of the day. Lady, you're stealing my bit. Actually, I should do that as Krusty. Lady, you're stealing my bit. God, my Krusty's very bad. The 48-year-old South Carolina Republican revealed in February that she got several tattoos which provided her the pain that I needed to feel. So I guess she's a sadist? No, masochist.
Yeah, enjoy pain.
Yeah. However, she kept them almost entirely covered up in public until she took to social media late last week to tease her future plans. She said she's got 9 tattoos in rapid succession to mark the exodus of staffers from her office who badmouthed her to the press and her breakup with her fiance, among other experiences. The 48-year-old also described it as a way to reclaim her identity and her body. So my story is
pushing
totally
50 and getting breakup tattoos, that's cringe.
Yeah, I mean, dude, OnlyFans comes next. So bad message to young women. Nancy Mace snaps back at swirling fury over her new tattooed arms as MAGA brands her ink a cry for help. I think that's stupid. If she wants to get tattooed up, that's fine. It's her body. She wants to get tattoos, that's fine. I personally don't like sleeves, but I don't criticize my daughter for getting tattoos. I do tease my eldest daughter. My eldest daughter has like a tattoo that I like, not a very good tattoo. It's like a drawing of a hand, but it's like a sort of artsy-fartsy drawing, and it's on the back of her arm. For the last 5 years since she got it, I was like, oh, hey, you got something on your arm. And she'll look at me like, fuck off. She falls for it every time too. Yes, I don't like that tattoo, but yeah. But yes, if she wants to get tattoos, that's fine. What does it say? Something said that. I can't read that. My vision's not that good. Thermometer divider on his penis? Yes, absolutely. Yes. I do hope that this means that she'll start an OnlyFans. And finally, I some actual sad news. Hayden Panettiere has passed away. She was 36 years old. She's only a few days away from her so she was due. Her birthday was the 21st of August. So 3 more days. So yeah, it's believed, it's suspected that she took her own life. It's very sad. Of course, the conspiracies were started because she went on. 3 months ago, she did this.
Is all of them. All of them.
You write about a moment in your career where a friend of yours takes you onto a boat. You're led to a room which has an older man in it, and then basically told to perform sexual acts, and
Oh yeah, perspective completely shifted, and I realized that I was in danger. But by the time I'd realized I was in danger, I was quite literally out to sea, and it was that moment shook me and was shocking, and I was quite literally walked down, and I had been having a great time. There was no hints of anything like that happening, so it took me. I was shocked. It took me by surprise, and it was somebody led by somebody that I had grown to trust and
yes, it's about the implication. Yeah,
see as a protector and somebody who had my back. And to be walked down, down the stairs, and it was as like a surprise, presented as though it was like a surprise, and it was this very small room, and she physically put me in the bed next to this undressed man who was very famous and had his hands like this, like this was just an average day for him. This is something that happens all the time. And I waited for her to leave, and I mean that lion in me, that fire in me, that my hair stood on end, and I became ferocious. I was like, this is not happening. But I had nowhere to hide, and I bolted, and I hid wherever I could think of to hide on a boat. There was no jumping off and swimming away, and there was nobody who was going to. I realized that there was nobody who was going to be empathetic to my situation, that this was nothing new to them.
Yeah, this is fucking how it goes in Hollywood. Like, I mean, is anybody surprised by that story? Like, so, I mean, fuck, it's the same if you're a guy in Hollywood. Like, there's the entire place runs on the casting couch was a thing, is a thing. Anybody who thinks it's gone is fucking retarded. So there's still, like, actresses are still getting on their knees for roles.
Now they just make them sign NDAs first.
That's right. You sign a contract now. So there are new details
at the South Carolina apartment complex where she went into cardiac arrest. Our senior correspondent Jonathan Seri reports live in Atlanta with the latest. Hi, John.
Hi, John. Well, police do not suspect foul play, but they have released that incident report from Greenville City Police. That's in upstate South Carolina. That report providing some additional details on the circumstances surrounding Hayden Panettiere's death. It started as an EMS call for an unresponsive person. Paramedics and firefighters performed CPR and other life-saving methods for what the officer describes as an extended period of time before calling in an official time of death. Afterwards, they escorted Brian Hickerson, Hayden's reportedly on-again, off-again boyfriend, out of the room with his brother Zach. The police officer writing the report states, "I observed Zach to be very emotional while EMS were working on Hayden. Brian did not become emotional until EMS declared her officially deceased." Again, Brian being the boyfriend. The officer adds, "Brian also showed me the bag of medication Hayden is currently on." The list of medications is redacted from the publicly released incident report. Fox News has submitted a formal request for police body cam video from that.
Yeah, good luck.
That incident.
Yeah, they probably would have ran out of ink trying to print the medication list
in several weeks. John.
Yeah, I mean, like, she was a known alcoholic. She'd struggled with alcohol and drugs, and I think pills as well. safe to say. So,
yeah, it's
I think
sad to see her go that way.
I don't think
I used to have like the
suicide.
biggest.
It might be an
I used to have like the biggest celebrity crush on her when I was in my 20s.
Well, yeah,
she was on Heroes.
Heroes, yeah, save the cheerleader, save the world. I guess we're not saving the world. I guess Sila's going to win. I don't think it was suicide. I think it's going to be like a Matthew Perry thing. It's going to be an accidental overdose. So I wouldn't be surprised.
You know, for all we know, it could have been a relapse or something.
Yeah,
that's usually when overdoses seem to happen. At least,
well, she had
what.
Her book is like New York Times bestseller, which I mean doesn't really mean anything anymore. But yeah, apparently it was selling gangbusters, and it's going to sell fucking even more. The sad thing is she's got a kid. Like I think she's got an 11-year-old. So yeah, very sad. 36 like is so fucking young, like just insane. So. But yeah, on that absolute downer of a note, it's that's it. Roy saying, is she saying that a woman helped? Yeah, she says that a woman like led her to the bed, like the guy was just naked in bed, and I'm told it's like a very famous musician. Is what she's said. I should probably just get her fucking book.
It sounds very reminiscent of like the Ghislaine Maxwell Epstein situation.
Yeah, I mean, look, fucking Heidi Fleiss. We don't have to go back that far. But Hollywood has had madams for fucking ever. So, after Weinstein, it all went away. Now it's called OnlyFans Rolls. Now it's not casting couch; it's an OnlyFans couch. It didn't go away. It didn't go away. That shit is endemic in the culture. It is not going away. So, and if you're a guy and you think you want to make it in Hollywood, you're going to be getting on your knees too, bro. So you can be sucking dick for roles. So anyway, on that fucking lovely note, that's it. That's all she wrote. I will be probably back on the weekend. I don't know if I'm going to do anything. I'm trying to delay getting to 200.
Did you ever did you watch the Andrew Wilson Candace debate?
I couldn't bring myself to. I watched a stream on Apostate Prophet with Dr. David Wood, PhD, and Apostate Prophet and some other guy, because I find those guys entertaining. But yeah, I got the gist of it pretty easily.
I mean, I was watching it live, but I didn't watch it beginning to end live because like the ad breaks were killing me, man. Like every time there was a freaking 10-minute ad break or whatever, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go fucking find something else to watch.
Yeah, you can't really do that. Like you can't have the ads like that.
I think part of the reason for the extended ad breaks were so that Andrew could go smoke.
Well, yeah, I know Candace. All the Candace stands were making a lot about him tapping his bouncing his foot, and I'm like, you guys know nothing about him. Like they clearly have paid no attention. So much for being the Candace Investigative Bureau, like the Candace Investigative Agency. You all you have to do is watch one episode of The Crucible, and you know the man's a fucking chain smoker. That's why he's tapping his fucking foot. That's why his foot's bouncing. Because he's fucking jonesing for a cigarette. Usually he's got one in his hand and another in his mouth ready to go.
But yeah, I thought I didn't know who his team. I didn't know who his team was when he went to the debate, but I found out afterwards it was like Ryan Mullally and Rob Noor and like people who have been on Sean's show. And I actually went on and I talked with Ryan Mullally the other night. And it was kind of funny because he was inviting on people who thought that Candace won and who thought Andrew lost. And I was like, well, Candace won a massive payday and Andrew lost $300,000 for her prove nothing, shift the goalpost.
Candace is the winner. Candace is the winner.
Yeah.
but under around in the idea of a debate is what the winner is the person who proves their case. Based
she
on the
just
on the
won
question that's
optically.
asked. Yeah,
she won optically.
She won financially because she won financially because not only did she get $300,000, she streamed it herself on her own channel with her own ads.
Yeah, and she totally controlled everything too. Like it had to be at her house, and because it was at her house, now she's complaining about like she wants it both ways.
Yeah,
and that's how it's going to be with this whole situation. So like, even if Tyler's team is able to negotiate a plea deal so that he doesn't get the death sentence, she's still going to say, "Well, he was a patsy."
That's
you
right.
know, this of course he took a plea deal. You know, she's going to be right in her eyes and in her audience eyes, no matter what.
Yeah, it's tails I win. It's heads you lose.
Yep.
So it's
I thought it was funny.
The key to what she does is you make claims that are unfalsifiable, and like you can never disprove or prove an unfalsifiable claim. So it just stands.
One thing Rob Noor has been harping on, you know, he was observant and he noticed exactly what she did because like Andrew questioned her about this receipt from some steakhouse that she's been sharing around, and he asked her, he's like, "Well, did you call the owner? Did you call the steakhouse?" And she goes, "Yes." But what she doesn't say was the owner said that they can't prove that Tyler was even there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah,
you know, she omits that detail
because the receipt obviously doesn't have his name on it. The receipt's just a photo from someone. Tyler's not claiming he was there. And the only person who claims it was Tyler Robinson is one of the fucking workers. Not even the owner of the restaurant says he was there. The owner of the restaurant's like, I have no idea. Like, this is all I have is the receipt. Yes, that receipt is from our restaurant, but I didn't see him.
Like everyone in the Candace camp thinks that you need to have like 4K footage of him pulling the trigger and following the bullet to Charlie's neck. And it's like, no, you don't. And people get convicted for murder on way less than that.
I am so sick of all the a 30-06 would have taken his fucking head off. Like there's no way, man.
People who know nothing about ballistics.
Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it's really fucking simple. Find a situation where it didn't do that. Easy. It's fucking trivial to find a situation where that didn't happen. If you can find one situation where that didn't happen, where a shot to the neck didn't fucking blow his goddamn head off or exit the body, congratulations. Thesis proved. That means it's possible. And if it's possible, that means it can happen. Which means the idea that it's impossible, well, that's obviously false. It's not impossible.
Given the trajectory and, you know, the type of ammunition, like he was using it was a hunting round.
Yeah.
So there was probably like a 40% chance for it to be a through and through because of the angle and the type of ammunition used.
Like, I think he loaded his own rounds. So
I don't know if they were hand loads or not, but they were definitely altered because he had scribed on them. But
yeah,
I don't know if they were hand loads. Yeah, it's possible. You know, they could have been hand loads from someone else too that he bought.
Yeah, and look, gunpowder doesn't stay good forever. So anyway, Rory says Thermo knows from experience how Hollywood works. Yes, that's why I'm not famous, because I won't suck dick. So, hey Daisy, sorry, I saw you say hi before, and I forgot to bring it up. My apologies. Anyway, that's it. We're done. 4 reels. Thank you, Stabby, for hopping on and keeping me company.
Yeah, hopefully my audio wasn't too bad. I was actually driving home
fine.
when I hopped on.
It was fine. I could tell when you were passing through a tunnel or near some really tall trees. But other than that, it was fine. Yeah, it was a couple of times you did some roboting, but it was fine. I got what you were saying. So thank you, of course, and thank you everybody for watching. The Steakhouse is a good one, to be fair. That's not really. It's a random claim. I have a receipt that you were at the Steakhouse. Yeah, that's right. Man, I could do with a steak.
It was you.
I'm getting distracted.
You were
Yes.
one of the 5 degraded fingerprints on there.
That's right. That's right. I was the most degraded, which means I was the oldest fingerprint somehow, which isn't what that means. So, and I put the dust in. I put the dirt and grime in the barrel, not the wind.